The reason I was in Scotland is that I was actually playing soccer. So after college, I went to play soccer in Scotland, a very low-level league, but in my head, I was a professional soccer player. Like, I woke up every morning, I put on my cleats, or as they call them, boots, I put on my shin guards, I put on the rest of my kit, which was their word for the uniform, and I went to work. That was my job. But I didn't know anybody in Scotland, and so for a while, I was living in a dorm, right? And it was a little depressing to be a professional soccer player and like sleep in a bunk bed. So I asked around and I said, where can I stay? And one of the players on the team told me about this wonderful bed and breakfast. This is the actual bed and breakfast. And they said, there's this great woman named Barbara Stewart. Go see Barbara, she can hook you up. It's like, wonderful. I'm away from all my family, away from my friends. It'll be nice to have sort of like a second mother. So I go to this house and I walk up and there's great smells coming from the kitchen. I can hear people playing. I'm really excited this is going to be my new home. Until I walk in, she opens the door, step into the hallway, and I see this on the wall. And Miss Rachel, that person in blue, that's me. Why am I really creeped out when I'd see that? I've never met this woman at all. The player hasn't told her anything about me. I'm in Scotland, and there are pictures of me on the wall. Why am I creeped out?
Maybe because you don't know this woman and yet somehow she has a picture of you.
Yeah, I'm generally creeped out. Like, this is sort of a life principle. I'm generally creeped out if there are people I don't know and they have pictures of me on their wall. But Miss Rachel, why was she creeped out? Can we think of a good explanation of why this was actually perfectly normal for her to have in her hallway?
Well, either she knows the other person in the photo or she has some kind of connection with that team.
Exactly. That other person in the photo, that's Scotty, her son. So her reaction to me was like, why did you beat up my son? But it's a wonderful example of the force of focus. I look at that picture, I'm only looking at the person in blue. Other person looks at that photo, they're only looking at maroon. It's also sort of like, again, another life principle of the entire world does not revolve around Patrick Barry. Like, it took me 22 years of my life to figure out that not every photo on a wall is going to be about me. It could be about the other people in the photo. But it's a neat little example of this force of focus. Okay, so silly, but now we're going to get a little bit more serious with the world of medical malpractice.